New York Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, great to have you back on, Congresswoman. So they're spending more taxpayer money to replenish the barrels they drained out of it. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, nobody should be comfortable with the fact that this administration has depleted the oil reserves, the petroleum reserves, to the lowest point in 4 decades. We have said all along how dangerous of a game the Biden-Harris administration was playing, depleting those reserves that are needed. If in a situation like this, when the Middle East is at war and the price of oil skyrockets, or if there was a terrorist attack or a man-made disaster, as we're seeing right now with the hurricane along the East Coast, that's what the petroleum reserves are for, not for the president to raid them because he chose an anti-energy agenda that was not producing the abundant, affordable energy, traditional energy sources that we need. So we're seeing right now the dangerous impacts of the anti-energy agenda of this administration, which has not only led to gas prices being $1.25 more today than they were when President Trump left office, but that has really fueled the inflation where people can't pay their energy bills, their air conditioning, heating costs, or put food on the table because inflation is high because of 3 reasons: the anti-energy policy, the inflationary spending, and then the interest rate hikes that this administration has repeatedly increased, which has made it the highest interest rates in 2 decades.
Okay, now we've got this. The Biden team, moving on to this. The Biden White House said they had nothing to do with that sweetheart plea deal for the mastermind of the 9/11 terror attacks, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and 2 of his accomplices. Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin just got rid of that plea deal. He wiped it out, that softer plea deal. He also forced out a Pentagon official who saw that. And now you've got Iran and Hezbollah firing rockets and drones at Israel. Iran proxies just reportedly shot rockets at a U.S. airbase in Iraq today. Is the U.S. getting drawn into the wider conflict in the Middle East? Because people are saying Biden appeasing Iran, letting it access billions of dollars, was a failure.
Well, absolutely. This has been a failure from the Biden-Harris administration that has only enriched Iran. Remember, again, when President Trump left office, we had a maximum strength policy where we put pressure on Iran. We placed sanctions, and this administration came in and they removed the sanctions. They issued waivers. They allowed civilians to continue working on the nuclear program of Iran. They gave billions in exchange for hostages. They just enriched Iran so they can fund Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. And that's why we are seeing a dangerous situation right now in Israel unfold in the entire Middle East. That is the reality of the policies that we're seeing, and that is the contrast. We have to return to a policy where we're not appeasing our adversaries, and Iran is just one of them. There are many adversaries that this administration continues to appease.
Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, a pleasure to have you on today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.